August 4th, 2021. I received a phone call from my brother who says he's worried about my sister. That's not an uncommon occurrence. She would go days, sometimes weeks, without contacting family or friends. But there was a sense of urgency in his voice that said, "Hey man, we need to go check on her." So he took off, and upon arrival, he found the door barricaded, all the lights shut off, and he made a decision to break into the house. He broke in, and there on her bed lay my sister, who had been dead several days. In the bathroom was her boyfriend, who had also been dead several days, crumpled into a pile of skin and bones. My name is Chance Hay, and today I'll be presenting a speech called Navigating the Opioid Epidemic. I am convinced that death caused by overdose not only affects you, but your loved ones the most. How are you an expert in this, you might ask? Well, I was once one of those guys. I was once a drug addict myself. I was homeless, didn't have anywhere to go, and was just a low life. Today I would like to talk about 3 topics. How the opioid epidemic started, how many have died from the opioid epidemic, and how to solve this opioid epidemic. Now, this is not a situation that you can cure overnight, but it is something with persistence and dedication that we can overcome. Number 1, how the opioid epidemic started. The opioid epidemic started whenever the pharmaceutical companies lied to the doctors and said that their prescribed medicine was not addictive. The doctors then overprescribed their medication. According to Nathan Yerby, in his topic called Epidemic, there were over 200 million prescriptions wrote each year. Opiates also start off as escape from reality. As a former drug addict, I can attest that you just want to get away, and sometimes you have problems that arise and come up, and you don't feel like dealing with those things. Number 2, death from opioid overdoses. The CDC reported that in 2019, 14,000 people died from prescription medication. That is 38 people a day. Now that might not seem like a lot, but that's someone's brother or sister, that's someone's son, that's someone's daughter, cousins. The list goes on and on. The CDC also reported in 2019 that 36,000 people died from synthetic opioids. Number 3, solving the epidemic. So, what can we do or how can we help solve this problem? Number 1, the doctors need to be held responsible for the prescriptions that they write. It is of my opinion that if you interview the people that need the medication, that you can get a better understanding of what they need and how they need it. John Bach's report, coming from a state attorney, Brad Beckworth, Big Pharma is the drug kingpins, not the drug cartels. Number 2 is judges and lawmakers can raise sentencing for big-time distributors, especially selling fentanyl. Fentanyl has become one of the prime opioids in America. A report by Matt Laszlo in the Rolling Stone says that Senator Tom Cotton in fact introduced a bill for a stiffer punishment and allowing the Postal Service more authority so that they can check the mail, the comings and goings, to check for these types of things. In conclusion, I wanted to bring you, the audience, awareness about this addiction and awareness about this problem. Addiction leads to one of three places: jails, institutions, and death. I spoke of my sister Rachel at the beginning of the speech. She was a daughter. She was a sister. She was a great, great friend. But that doesn't count for the other families, nearly 841,000 to be exact, since 1999. Thank you very much for your time.